You look tan.
I'm tan as fuck.
You look tan as fuck right now.
I'm very tan. I'm pretty sure that's like awful. We just cursed in the first 10 seconds.
No, it's not made for kids.
No. I don't see it on the page.
Don't watch. You don't see it on the page?
So, let me close it.
It says we're live. I don't know, first timers over here.
Yeah. Fucking idiots.
We're live.
I'm live.
Look at us.
That's us.
I don't know, first timers over here.
Hopefully. But we're doing it. So, 2024 Men's College Baseball World Series. Got
Finals.
the Aggies and the Vols. Wanted to get together and, you know, the guy to my left, Franco Vanderka, 2012 Stony Brook Seawolves. He's the guy. He threw a great game against LSU, sending Stony Brook to the College Baseball World Series. Omaha.
Omaha, baby. Omaha. It's awesome watching these games. You know, they have to play in there and stuff. It's
What's the feeling like?
you know, it's for us. We we were the underdog, so it was different because we had maybe 2,000 fans all year, and when we come to the stadium, we have almost like 25,000 people wearing a Stony Brook red. So
You had some serious fans there rooting for you guys.
they sold out our gear twice, like so 3 separate shipments of gear they had to have come in, which so like. That's crazy. And you know what's crazy? I don't have any of that gear anymore. You probably have it.
I definitely got a pair
Somewhere.
of shorts somewhere.
No, it really is. It's an amazing stadium. The city of Omaha is awesome. Awesome. So like we have to plan a trip there because like for something like this, it's especially when this is in town, the whole city just lights up.
Mhm.
It's fun to watch. Even when we weren't playing, we were 2 in the barbecue, so we got a lot of time to hang out in Omaha. So it was a lot of fun, man. Just walking around there, and they have that Ferris wheel in right field, so you can get on and watch the game from there. It's pretty cool.
What 2 in a barbecue. What do you think really? Do you think you guys could have did better? Do you think
Get out
you
of
guys
it.
blew your load too early? You know.
Man, it's when it comes down to it, it's just there's so many guys that they were throwing on the mound, and we were fucking burnt. I mean, Tyler Johnson, he probably threw close to 600 pitches in like a month span. I would say close to 300 pitches in like a week span. So like that's never good. Myself, I was hurting since the finals of the conference. So I wasn't even supposed to be throwing that much. You had McNitt, who also threw close to the 300-400 mark. So our guys are just burnt out, man. It's a lot of baseball. Some of these teams, though, they carry 35, 40, like close to 40 kids, and Stony Brook we had 28. So
Was there a max?
I'm
What was
actually,
a lot on the roster?
I'm actually not too sure. I don't know. Like you weren't. Well, Stony Brook wasn't a fully funded team when we were there. So football was the only fully funded college team in Stony Brook. So
And when you say that for the viewer, like that means you guys were doing a lot of fundraising for yourselves.
yeah, we did. It was a Bat Blast, a 2013 Bat Blast champion right here. It was like a home run derby that we would do,
Uh-huh.
and pitchers versus hitters, which was the best. It was the first time I was pick up a bat all freaking year, man.
Well, you've always been able to hit, so.
And it's batting practice.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to hit the ball.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not getting up there and hitting any of these kids that they're hitting against. But
Well, the guy's throwing 100 today, no?
yeah, these kids coming out of here, it's a different ball game, man. Even you can even see it from when we were there. When we were playing, you didn't really see many kids that were 100. I mean, you don't see it now. You see it more in the MLB, but when we were there, it was we had Sean Newcomb on Hartford. He was like this lefty moose throwing like 95, 96. No idea where the ball's going, so it was scary as shit getting up in that box.
You think coaches are just perfecting the mechanics now? Is that why we're able to see people throwing harder and harder? What's the reason? I know we're devolving as a species physically, so we're not getting better physically as a species. So what do you think is there?
I almost disagree with the whole like devolving just for the fact that these kids are mooses on this field, man, and a lot of these kids are multi-sport athletes now. You know,
Which they're saying is very important.
Yeah.
Not to make your kids specialize too early.
Yep, it's these kids are some of these kids, you know, like again, multi-sport athletes. This is all they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of these kids are coming from down south. They have the ability to play these sports year round. But you're seeing a lot more Northeast kids get drafted. A lot, like, you know, especially on Long Island. Love to see that.
Yeah.
But it's you know, they see these guys throwing 100 on TV, and that's all they want to do now. So
Yeah.
you know, everyone's swinging for the fences and throwing the shit out of the baseball.
Yeah. Launch angle.
Remember that back in high school? We would get yelled at if we were swinging.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, swing down, the ball's gonna go this way. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it's fucking not.
Well, for anyone who doesn't have the game on in front of them, it's currently bottom of the sixth. Texas A&M is up to bat. They're up 1-0 over Tennessee. Game 2, the College World Series final.
Texas A&M just got out of the top of the top of the sixth with a ground ball double play, first and second. That was huge. I don't know who I want to win here. Since we're sitting here watching, I'd like to see Texas A&M at least take it home. You know,
Yeah.
and then
End it
and
right
then the
now.
dog. I'll tell you one thing: the Vols jerseys are sick.
They're nice.
They're
Well,
fresh.
listen, I think the Aggies are pretty good in pinstripes.
Yeah, I've never been a pinstripe guy. Even like the Yankees, like I'd rather wear the Yankees away jersey. You just hit that ball twice. You see that?
On his backswing.
Yeah.
I'm taking the pinstripes any day. Give me a day game on a Saturday in pinstripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think the Yankees away jersey is the cleanest jersey in
It
all
is.
sports.
It is very clean, but I mean something about the pinstripes.
The pinstripes just they bring you back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's the OG Yankees right there. So this kid's spinning 86 right now. Reliever out of the pen. You know, when we were there, man. You know, I mean, I shouldn't say kids weren't throwing their heart because my throwing partner James Campbell was, you know, 98, 96, 98, and absolutely burying me in flat grounds. You know, Jasmine Ricard, he was throwing, you know, 96, 98. Willie Carmona would come in from third base and throw 94, and then throw a slow fastball as his changeup. He literally would just slow his arm.
He would slow his arm down?
Slow everything down. I looked at him the first time. He's like, it's a slow fastball. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that. This slow fastball. I can't even throw a changeup yet. You're throwing a slow fastball.
And, well, I know like that's obviously frowned upon to change your mechanics for a certain pitch. It's you tip it in a way.
Yeah.
But I remember the first time I learned how to throw a changeup, he told me to drag my back foot when I
Oh
came
my
through
God, dude.
to slow myself down. I was throwing a circle change. Listen, at 12 years old, it worked.
Oh
but
yeah. Remember like the first time like you were facing like curveballs and stuff. That was like eye opening.
You know, like obviously, growing up, it started with everyone when they thought they could throw a curveball. It was like that Ricky Dink just
Yeah.
floater comes in,
Yeah.
drops. But
But
once
I can't even do that with my arm. I was like, you feel that? Like in your elbow?
if I tried to do that full speed, I would get a pop right away.
Yeah, UCL done.
Yeah. I'm convinced that I need Tommy John. I just don't know it.
Well, you know, my shoulders are in a
Franco's
bad place.
sitting here with 2 torn shoulders.
Yeah, labrum in the left, rotator cuff in the right. Play college baseball, they said.
Yeah.
Throw a lot of baseballs, they said.
Remember growing up, it was like your parents would flip out if they saw you throwing a wiffle ball.
Too.
They thought you were gonna blow your arm out.
This guy was like the wiffle ball police. When we did. We used to be down at the Padula's house playing, and I would have all the guys on the block, like when we were playing, like, my dad, if you see the blue minivan driving down, let me know. Blue minivan would be that, I'd be sitting in the chair like this.
I'm
Like,
just umpire.
Man, wiffle ball, dude. And you know, that's something that, like, I've never been able to, like, been a good wiffle ball pitcher.
I was just about to say I was never good.
Like, never. Joey made the best play ever at Andrew's house. Were you there for that? The diving play when we were doing the wiffle ball summers.
I was probably in the bathroom thinking that I was gonna throw up because I was doing skull pouches of citrus pouches.
Yeah. Citrus, bro. If I had a pack of lip right now, the only thing I think I'd be able to do is like Copenhagen straight. Anything wintergreen puts me in a bad place.
Yeah.
I might have to go to the bathroom right now just thinking about wintergreen.
For me, I mean like you know my answer, Hawking. That's wintergreen.
Bro, Hawking was
It's like earth, dirt, and dip.
and like gum.
Yeah. That was good stuff. Honestly, I was thinking about ordering a sleeve just for shits and gigs.
Of Hawking?
Yeah, but then like, I think it's a good idea until I start doing it, and then I'm just sitting there sweating, spitting into a bottle.
Yeah.
It's just like, why am I doing
And
this?
honestly, it's gross, man. I think that was like the beginning of my acid reflux.
You think?
Bro, when I was in Australia, I'm like sitting in Willow's house, we're packing fucking Grizzly wintergreen. That's all he would buy. And first off, if we're in Australia. If they don't have tins, they don't have chewing tobacco. So Willow would get caught by customs and pay $45 a tin. Like, are you? I didn't even have 45. I didn't have enough money when I was living in Australia to get like 2 or 3 of those at once. So, we're packing that. But I remember the first time I ever had the bad acid reflux. I was sitting in Willow's house and I was like, you obviously swallow it a little bit while you're doing it.
Yeah, there's no way you don't get it. Well, I had a coach growing up. His name was Barry. May he rest in peace. He ended up passing away, but he said that he told himself if he ever threw up from dip, he would never do it again. So he got to the point where he would just swallow it and be okay.
Oh,
He wouldn't even spit sometimes.
bro, that's gotta be so hot. You gotta just have heat going down his throat all day. I threw up the first 3 times I did it. The first time I did it, it was actually my.
Oh.
That's down. Going to third? No, first or second.
Aggies
Station.
A little rally going.
Mike Anarumo made me pack my first dip. One of my first varsity practices freshman year. I threw up behind the shack. Came right back. Had to go into. I'm taking batting practice. Costello's throwing. By the way, I love Coach Costello. He throws the worst batting practice. He's throwing like with 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Like, I don't know what those are. He hit me 4 times. I got so mad. He threw me out of the cage. And Anarumo and Santa Cor coming to me like, "Where'd you lip?" I'm like, "No. They put another one in my mouth."
Pause.
And then so that night I had remember Chris Darper?
Yeah.
I had Darper drive me to get a tin. He bought me a tin. It was wintergreen, Skull wintergreen from OK. And I laid upstairs. I was laying in my bed packing a lip. Threw up all in the cup. Ran to the bathroom. Threw up in the bathroom. But then I was
But you
a
were
pro.
just practicing
Yeah,
at home.
Yep,
I'll
that's
throw
it.
up on my own time.
Yeah,
I get it.
And then the next day I'm walking into school like, fucking.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that now, man.
Yeah. Honestly, I like chew better than dip.
Oh yeah.
Give me some.
Can you get that? No, it's a big stadium, man. That's gonna hold that in. Big fucking stadium, man.
Huge. That ball hung up there.
Pat hit a bomb here. One of the very few runs that we wound up scoring in Omaha. Pat hit an absolute moonbeam.
And he's with Texas now, right?
Man, he's catching the home run derby.
Wow.
That's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for that. I want to figure out how I can be like a kid in the outfield and just running after those balls. First off, the kids in the outfield, some of them shouldn't be there.
Well, you can just let them know what ice cream you order when you go. Just tell them you get graham cracker. I'm sure they'll let you on the field too.
It's ice,
Field
bro.
supplies.
And you know we're getting Ralph's after dinner, right? Just missed that.
Yeah. First and third, 2 outs.
It's weird seeing. I mean, Tennessee and Texas A&M, they're obviously household names, but not really so. I feel like not really so much like the last couple of years in baseball.
Yeah.
Texas A&M's always up there.
Well, there was that point where, like, if it wasn't Cal State Fullerton, it was Oregon State, right? Wasn't that like a thing for a little
That ball's
bit?
hit well. Wow, look at this field just holds everything.
Yeah. That ball just died. You can tell,
Yeah.
like, the route he thought it was going way further. All right, on to the top of the 7th.
Top of the order coming up. Wonder how many hits that Tennessee got.
How many hits they got? Let's see. So, take us through your experience with, facing LSU and probably the biggest game of your career.
Mm-hmm.
You guys win, you go to Omaha. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20. You didn't know you were going to win that game.
No.
When they told you, because if I remember correctly, it wasn't set in stone that you were going to be the guy that game. Wasn't it like a last minute decision?
Yeah, so they actually wound up telling me the morning of. It was originally supposed
Which
to
is
be...
crazy.
Yeah. which is crazy. But that's how our coaches did it, man.
Yeah.
They knew how to handle each one of us. I'm almost happy that they told me morning of because like the night before I was sitting there like I know I'm fucking pitching, but like they didn't tell me yet.
Yeah.
And Campbell even comes up to me, he's like, "Yo, you're pitching." I'm like, "Shut up, dude." So no, it was for me. I got to start off by saying the LSU fans and the Tiger Nation is unbelievable. They are the coolest fan base. I would say the best fan base in all of college sports. These guys. It was 3 really good baseball games. Like these fans saw 3 sick baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
One of them went into 12 innings that I actually got the loss in game 1, which no one remembers that because I got the win in game 3.
We don't have to remember.
But these fans, dude, after the game, they had us do like a victory lap and like slapping us 5. In Omaha, they obviously thought they were gonna beat us, so all these LSU fans had the tickets bought already.
Yeah.
So we get to Omaha, we land on the plane, and all of the LSU fans are on the tarmac like riding motorcycles with our flags, taking out a coach bus through the city.
That's
I was like, man, this is the coolest thing ever. And they were so. Like, you walk around the mall over there, like it was after game 1. I'm walking around the mall getting food, and like little kids like Tiger bait, like shut up, little kids, man. You gotta love it.
Heckling you.
Yeah, and you're like I'm warming up, and LSU their bullpen is right next to the fence, like right next to the left field line.
Yeah.
Every ball I'm throwing, oh that's a ball, oh that's hit hard, and I had the mullet, so they're all calling me Joe Dirt. It was an experience over there, man.
You were Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I was Joe Dirt. Yeah, no, it was definitely an experience. It was I tell anytime anyone asks, it was so loud in there that it was like quiet. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, just
you couldn't focus on one single thing. It was so fucking.
so it was
loud.
just noise.
It was and then it became once Mason Katz hit the home run off me in the first inning, kind of settled me in a little bit, and he hit the walk off to win the game in game 1 off me. And the very next at bat hits the Don. I'm like, oh, this kid, I'm gonna buy this kid lunch or some shit. Like, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, it settled me in.
Fun, some jambalaya.
Yeah, and that's when the stadium was the loudest, because they tied it up 1-1, and then they never had the lead after that, so it was never as loud.
Right.
And then after we had the lead, it was you could hear a pin drop in this place at some points, and that's when I've gone down like laughing, like we just shut out like 15,000 fans, and I'm still just up here pitching. That was the crazy part. Yeah. And then you see like a little block of like red. In like our fans like in the stadium and all purple and yellow. It really is an awesome stadium. Like if we ever get a chance, we gotta do like an LSU. I know Ralph and I were talking about maybe doing an LSU game, football this year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That stadium.
Football's a whole other
That
story.
stadium is insane. Stadium's like 105,000 people in it holds. You're driving past it, you almost can't see the top.
How far from New Orleans?
I'm actually not too sure.
Because that's Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it's Baton Rouge. From New Orleans, I don't think it's very close. We didn't get to do much travel when we were over there. It was
In business.
But yeah, no, those fans, man, the fans made the experience, what it was. Especially for guys like us, we've never been on that stage. These
Right.
kids see that stage every day.
Yeah.
But that game was also supposed to be at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
That just dropped. That's
That
crazy.
was. I think he might have lost it in the sun.
Maybe. Yeah, he's looking back up at the sun. If you remember, that game was supposed to be a 4 o'clock game, and LSU wanted to. They postponed it to 7 o'clock to prime time because I think they only had one prime time loss in their postseason career.
Really?
So they moved it. That's why we sat around for so long.
It was just up to them when they wanted to do it.
And they were saying the weather, but dude, we dealt with the weather the first 2 days. We could have played at 4.
Yeah.
But we found out that morning, like coach tells me in pitch, he's like, oh, by the way, game's not till 7. I'm like, I got so much time to sit around and fucking think about this now. Like, damn.
When the game turns on, I'm looking at you on ESPN, sitting in my backyard.
Yeah, that was so cool, man. Just everyone hitting me up and just sending me the videos, having parties and shit.
Yeah.
Having a party to come watch this pitch, that's fucking awesome. I wish I could have been at the party as well, like at the same time.
Of course. So what was it like so many different personalities on Stony Brook, and I feel like certain pitchers you can't say a word to them
Mm-hmm.
when they're in the zone. For the people who don't know you, what were you like? And I mean, like I said, biggest game ever. What are you like in that moment, or that whole game for that 2 or 3 hours that you're in the zone? Like, do you welcome conversation? Is it don't talk to me? Is it, or I know you're not really like superstitious, really.
Well, so I am a little bit superstitious.
You're a little
I,
stitious.
I would wear, yeah, I'm a little stitious. I would wear like the same yellow Batman sliding
Underwear?
shorts under my like as my sliding shorts. I would have to have the same like 3/4 cut arm sleeve,
Mhm.
three-quarter cut Under Armour, was a Nike dry fit. Like our JC was his name. He was like the equipment guy.
Mhm.
He at one point like lost my sliding shorts and my my dry fit, and I almost had like a breakdown. I was like, JC, you have to find this. Like it's in here somewhere. You absolutely have to find this. So he wound up finding it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And so you want to know like what I was like during that game or just in general? Yeah, I guess it was the same. I was the same all around.
Yeah, right.
but-
You didn't change, but
No.
but especially on a stage like that, like take me through your demeanor in the dugout, in
Man,
between innings.
I can't lie, dude. I didn't even really watch the game.
Mhm.
Everyone's up in front of me anyway. Like I can't see. Like I'm not. I don't even really want to watch the game. Like I see us like when we're scoring and stuff, and I love that. But we scored so many runs. It was like 7-1 at one point, and like I swear to God, I wanted them to stop scoring. Like I wanted to just go
You
out
wanted
there.
to go
And
out,
I wanted to
pitch,
just get
end
back
it.
out there and just
Yeah,
win the game. Like,
yeah.
I was tired of just sitting there sweating my balls off all the
Mhm.
whole game. So if you watch if you see like the replays, you see me in the dugout and like no one's around me. But that was like the only time I think ever. Like my first no hitter, Tatum was like sitting next to me. He was like, "Hey, you throwing a no hitter right now?" And like we just burst out laughing. You could you could always talk to me when I was
Yeah.
pitching. But like that game, yeah, no one was really around me. It was kind of funny. I was at the end of the dugout. I would stay as far away from Senk as I could. Like if he was always by like the first gate, so I was last seat in the on the bench all
Yeah.
the way out. Yeah, man, nothing really changed. I would have welcomed the conversation, but no one was giving it to me. I think they were more superstitious than I was. At that
Yeah.
point. There's some guys that you absolutely can't speak to at all.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even want to look at.
But even like you have even just those hitters that it's like before they're at bat, you can't talk to them, or if you get that one hitter who's just having a tough time in a game, stay the fuck away from him when he gets in the
dude.
dugout.
Sally Bags was one of the funniest. Did one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was just struggling at one point, and he walks in the dugout, takes his bat, takes his helmet, takes his gloves, throws it in the garbage. Looks at coach, goes, I don't fucking need this. I want to laugh. Like I'm laughing, but like laughing like this.
Right.
Because he's fucking heated, like heated, and he did some funny shit, man. Sally Bags, he was.
What's the funniest story you have from the team?
There's so many ridiculous stories, man. The funniest. It's tough, man, because there's 4 years of dealing with these kids. Like the first 2 years was the College World Series guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That ball's hit well. Nope. What?
can of corn.
What's going on?
Oh,
Funniest
whoa.
story.
Almost. I don't think the center fielder thought that he was going to
No.
take up.
I don't think he's gonna take up either.
He didn't place himself like behind the ball, like try to line himself up.
I thought he was gonna take a couple hard steps.
The fans behind home plate thought that was gone.
Yeah.
They all stood up.
So did we. I would say one of the funniest things I saw. I would say that I went to like a funny Sank story. So Sank was a character, like straight up character, man. Like doesn't change his ways. Like he just he's just who he is, and that'll never change.
Oh, this guy ripped his whole pants sliding into second.
Yeah, man, that kid. So we freshman year, no, this had to be junior year now. When it would snow, we would still practice because they would plow the snow off the turf and just pile it against the fence. So you would literally not even see a fence; it would just be white going around. And we're doing infield outfield communication drills. And Kevin Courtney was our first baseman at LSU. I don't even remember the catch he made it had to be game 1 or game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Dove over. He was our first baseman. Dove over the stands, caught the ball, had like the crazy celebration, and like kids made shirts with that. Like, so I don't. Senk was in one of those moods, like a good mood, and Jeffy made it. We can call Kevin Courtney Jeffy, and Jeffy makes he's calling the ball, and it's by the snow, catches the ball like over the snow, and Senk decides I'm gonna reenact this play, and thinking the snow is soft, so Senk goes to run over and show Jeffy what he did. Hits the snow and it's ice, dude. He hits it, you hear him go oh, and just slide right down. I was in shambles. One of my other favorite stories, man, the lacrosse team and the baseball team. There's always when I was a freshman, for some reason there was a little headbutting going back and forth. It was only really the older kids. And then when we were the upperclassmen, the lacrosse team, my boys.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids won. I don't know if Seth knows this, but these kids, after a ladies' night at the bench Thursday night, I guess they're walking back to their house or walking back to their dorm rooms or whatever, passing the baseball field. They took our tarp off and dug out our home plate. Bro, home plate has 2 feet of cement. So these kids worked to get this home plate. And so we go to practice the next morning, and so we take the tarp off, and there's no home plate, and we're all standing there, and Senk is Senk used to do this thing. I'm sure he still does it. It's the reverse cowgirl. But he's what the fuck's home plate? And obviously in tears, bro. So now I'm walking away because I don't want to be anywhere near this situation. I know he's about to absolutely blow up. He's so enraged that he cancels practice to try and find out what happened. And I know what happened. There's Sperry marks all over the fucking dirt. They're the only team wearing Sperry's. Did he get it? Wow, 2-1. Look at this.
Wow.
That was a bomb.
The Vols take the lead.
Wow. He kind of his 22nd home run of the year. Dylan Dryland, you kidding me?
Vols are up 2-1.
2-1, top 7. Nah, it was at 2 outs, man. The celebrations now are great. They didn't let us do shit like this when we were there.
Yeah.
The umpire always made it by himself. He was always like, fuck you, dude.
The game's changed so much in the last decade.
Yeah, you love to see it, though. You love to see these guys celebrating.
I'd hit you. If you did that, I'd hit you next to that.
Yeah, you're wearing that rug? Oh, my God.
What was that, Jon Snow?
I've had some balls, man, pimped off me. Pimped. And, it makes me want to just strike them out next time. I'd not hit them. The strikeout to me is worth so much more than just plunking the guy. I'm not throwing hard enough to hurt him that way anyway, so.
Remember 5th grade? I was dating 2 girls at the same time, and they both came to my baseball game. I was 11, so it was my first year in the 11 and 12-year-old group.
Which girls?
It was Sam Murphy and Chelsea Berger.
Oh my God,
and,
they were friends too.
And so I'm pitching. I come in to close the game. My first game in the the majors, they called it, 11, 12 years old. And Kyle Dodds comes up.
Oh,
he was a moose.
Yeah.
He was an adult from the time we were 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I blew the lead. He hit a home run in center field at Duck Pond.
Yeah.
I cried on the mound with both of them there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have been a good pitcher if you wanted to.
Honestly, one of my biggest regrets in life
Was not
is when they told me, I started having arm problems, And like it just got to the point they were like, "Yo, you can't just catch one game and pitch the other.
Yeah,
like you gotta you gotta pick one." And just like being the realist that I was, and like consulting with my parents, it was like, "All right, both my parents are short. I'm Italian. Like odds are I'm not gonna be 6 foot.
I got a good base.
Yeah, good base. So I'll stick to catching." And biggest regret in my life because like before travel baseball and I became more friendly with like our friend group. You know me, like I was like a quiet kid. I was very like reserved. I was the kind of kid that like during the summer I would read Harry Potter, you know. But like when I got on the mound,
There's nothing wrong with reading Harry Potter.
well, what I'm saying as a kid, you know, like that was like my, you know,
Yeah.
I wasn't really hanging out with anybody. But what I was getting at was when I was on the mound, I threw decently hard for our age. I'm talking like my last All-Star game in Little League, I was the pitcher. They put the ball in my hands. It was like, do it, you know. And like for me, that was the only time in my life, or as a young kid, where I felt like,
In fucking charge.
yeah, like you would never see me get pumped up out in the street or whatever. But like I struck someone out, 12 years old. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? If I would have known about this move, I would have been doing that right away.
See, like for me, I was never like I would never like blow up like you know, like
Yeah.
after like getting a big out. But like I was more of like a mind games like kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
I would love like, you know, I'm walking ISO or it's a home game. I don't have to be there until 45 minutes before game time, as opposed to fucking 3 hours.
Mhm.
So I walk right past like the visitors dugout, like they're in the middle of batting practice. I used to love just like planting seeds. Like I would look at like one of the kids and be like, how's batting practice going? He's like, good. I'm like, honestly, man, it's the only ball you're gonna hit today. Like, I'm feeling fucking good. I woke up good today. I'm like, tell your coach. And I would walk away. And Sank would look at me like, what'd you say? And I the first time I did it, I told him, he just shook his head, and like that's when I knew he fucking loved me. So like I would do it all the time. I was walking up to the kids and be like, telling you, man, I feel good today. You know what that means? Like just walk away. Like in my mind, I'm like, these kids are like, fuck this guy. Like we're gonna crush him, and then they just had no shot because they wanted him. They wanted it that much worse.
Yeah, once you're trying too hard in the batter's box, it's over.
It's game over. When I have you thinking about what I said before the game,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Baseball is a chess match. You know, it really is. You know, these guys aren't supposed to hit the ball. It's not. You know, it's the hardest thing to do in sports. We say it all the time.
Batters that make the Hall of Fame fail 7 times out of 10.
Which is insane. It's a game built on failure.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally.
Game built
You're hitting a
on
round
failure.
ball with a round bat.
And that shit is moving. I mean, imagine trying to hit a softball. Fuck that. From closer.
Yeah.
And that ball's rising. No thanks. I think hitting a softball is probably a little bit harder than hitting a baseball. Maybe.
I don't know.
Softball is bigger.
Softball's bigger. You know,
That shit
it's
is-
coming from underhand, so it's not as hard.
But it's closer though. It's 14 feet closer. They're pitching from like Little League Mountain.
What are the comparison analytics? Like you know how when you're watching the Little League World
Yeah,
Series, it tells you
yeah.
like what it's like if it was a major league.
It's actually a good question. I mean, like these girls are throwing like 72 miles an hour.
Listen, I mean, it can't be that hard. You got a bunch of girls playing.
It's fucked up.
But for anyone just tuning in, we're just doing a easy peasy live stream on a Sunday afternoon. It's too hot to sit outside, so we're inside in the AC, and we're watching the College World Series Game 2, Tennessee versus Texas A&M. It's the bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Tennessee's up 2-1 after a moonbeam in the top of the 7th.
Kid's 22nd, man.
22nd home run.
I wonder what the league lead is on that. I mean, like when we were there, like so best thing that happened.
They don't count the World Series. They do?
Yeah, they were.
That's a little Bush League.
No.
Yeah.
See, like when we were there, I'm like our freshman year was the best thing. The best thing that happened was them going to BB Club.
Well, so for anyone who doesn't know, growing up, most of the time the bats for us were BESR.
Yeah,
Right?
They were.
And there was so much pop in those metal bats. It was actually ridiculous. You know, you could get jammed on the hands and you're still putting a ball in the gap.
Yeah.
You know?
Some of those things were like war clubs, dude.
Yeah.
Like you swing a 34-inch white Nike.
You love the white
Oh,
Nike.
dude, that thing literally felt like I was swinging a club.
Yeah.
It was.
So then when they switched to BB Core, basically it was more of a safety thing. They
Yeah.
wanted to deaden the bats a little bit so the ball didn't fly off the bat. I mean, you had I remember hearing a horror story of a kid at baseball heaven getting
man.
wrecked in the face, and now he's got a metal plate in his face because he just took a line drive off the dome. So luckily, that, I mean, from what I remember, that was years ago when we were like 16. I heard about that. Thank God that kid was okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong though, man. Like these BB core bats, you hit them on the sweet spot. There is a sweet spot.
Oh,
like
right.
the sweet spot is a trampoline.
Exactly.
But it's basically the comparison would be the sweet spot on the BESR was like this. The sweet spot's like that on the BB core.
Okay.
And everything else around it is dead. And it made a huge difference, bro. But like I want to say like the couple years before us, the league leading home runs was like 36 or something like that. I think when we were there was like 16.
That's crazy. And for any of you guys that don't know, guy to my left, that's Franco Vanderka. 2012, Stony Brook baseball.
Stony Brook, baby.
This kid throws a gem against LSU, takes Stony Brook to the College World Series.
And now we're here watching, baby.
That's it. He's got 3 no-hitters, 3 Division I no-hitters. I've witnessed 2 of them.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Nuts.
You were there too. Man, that's Sank actually came up to me. He's like, it was for like Hall of Fame induction for the team, 2012 team. It was like, it's like we've done all the research that we could. Him and Pat Muffler, we've done all the research that we can. He was like, we're 99% sure that you hold the Division I double like record for most of the no-hitters. Like, there's no other that you can't find anyone else with multiple.
So where's the Division I Hall of Fame?
I don't know. They have my hat. They have my hat and something else from that game, from the first game.
They got your yellow Batman undies?
No, fuck that. No way. I still might have them upstairs actually.
Wow.
I won't wear them. They had 4 years of. I actually wore them in Australia too. That was.
You did?
Yeah.
Which I went to go see him play in Australia as well.
They let me hit him once in a while in Australia.
Yeah. Dude, you were a good hitter.
Yeah.
You could hit the baseball.
Just my dad always tells me, it's like, why didn't you hit in college? I'm like, because I wouldn't have been able to. Like, the fuck you mean, like?
There's just so when you start pitching at a high level, there's so much that goes into pitching a game. That's why it's insane that Ohtani could do it in the MLB.
Bro, it's such a, like, not just in the MLB, it's such a high level in the MLB. Like, it makes no sense what this guy does. Like, he has a torn UCL. He just got done with Tommy John surgery, like, what, 6 months ago? Not even now, and he's dropping bombs left and right. I don't understand how this motion of swinging for him doesn't hurt, as opposed to, I guess it is different. Like,
I guess
deflectors
this like these are. I feel like this is so much more of a natural movement
yeah.
versus where you're
Yeah.
the whiplash and all the
Yeah,
stress on the shoulder and
Yeah.
it's pretty much like the wind resistance really when you think about it, putting pressure on the UCL.
It's all the ball too.
Yeah.
Like the ball has what's a ball, 8.5 ounces over there,
Maybe less.
5.8 ounces.
Let's look that up.
It's like when you like tennis players,
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called tennis elbow, because tennis players don't even really get it. It's like they're not letting go of the racket.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So everything is staying through.
Mhm.
When you throw a baseball, your deflexors are so fast back when you let go. That's why it's so like the quick twitch muscles that mess with you.
Really?
Yeah.
The snapback, the recoil, basically.
exactly.
So 5 to 5.2 ounces is a baseball.
Good. But it was like 5.8 ounces.
Yeah, this is saying 5 to 5.2.
Look at these little kids in the back, sitting first row, with their like Abe Lincoln hats on, going like this.
That's dope. Look at that kid.
Those kids are probably so annoying.
So I came across something on the internet. Remember how when we were pitching, the big thing was the follow through and really just following all the way through, your it's been so long since I've been out of the game. I don't even know how to reference it, but like reaching for your opposite ankle, like
Yeah.
really bend it down and fully going forward and releasing the ball when you're pitching. Now I saw something where they're saying like that same recoil that you were talking about in the arm. You notice how some of these pitchers they're throwing gas, but they're just and like not going all the way down.
Whip.
The whip.
Called a whip.
They're saying they're using that now to generate more velocity,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
There's not many pitchers that really. That ball's ripped. There's not really many pitchers that have that whip down. You know, like DeGrom is one of them. Chris Sale is one of them. Walker Buehler. I haven't seen him pitch much this year, unfortunately, but he was one of them. Scherzer, when Scherzer's healthy. It's all about like getting here and then having it come back. So it's like literally whipping the ball out of your hand. It's almost like a rubber band snap, and it's tough. It's tough to to get that. It's almost like you have, like when Bryce Harper first started, like came on the scene and he started swinging and his back foot was moving forward.
Yes.
Everyone thought that was the craziest thing, but now everyone does it.
Yeah.
That's what's coming with this pitching motion now, is to get that extra. It's all about the miles per hour isn't necessarily how fast the ball is traveling. It's how fast it's coming out of your hand. So how it's right out of the hand, not necessarily how fast the ball is coming from the 60 feet 6 inches. It's right out of your hand. So the faster.
So you're saying the radar guns, they're picking it up right out of the hand.
Right from your hand, so right from the top. So that's why when now it's like getting on top of the ball. So you want to get that whip going down, so your hand is coming down faster either way. Like the fingers are coming down with you.
So your hand's starting on top of the baseball, then as you move forward, the ball rotates out of the fingers,
And then
now that's that whip.
That's the
back
spin
spin.
rate. Yep. You get all pitchers are all spin rate now. It's all analytics. They just care about your spin rate.
Well, honestly, even from a tipping the pitch standpoint, that was a huge thing. If you can, there were times where if a kid wasn't throwing hard enough, you can visualize the seams almost from his hand, and you knew what he was throwing.
So that comes with so much repetition. But some of these guys, like you hear, who was it? It was Josh. He was the second baseman for the Pirates forever. So good. I'm drawing a blank.
Josh.
It might not be Josh.
Second baseman on the Pirates?
Yeah. So good. I can't. When you find it, when you see it, you'll recognize. It was.
Thanks to Laura Van Derka, she's here.
Josh.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's Josh something.
Second baseman, Pirates.
Josh Richardson? Josh,
I can't type. Josh Harrison?
Yep. So, they, is it him? Let me see.
He just started.
I don't think it's him. Well, either way, it'll definitely come back to me. He was saying, what was it? Like Reynolds,
Josh Reynolds?
Brian Reynolds, fucking somebody. He said that he would be the ball sometimes would come out so slow that he was able to read he was able to see the MLB logo on the back in rotation.
I find that hard to believe.
Josh Harrison? Sounds right. He, that's that. I mean, that all these players, all these batters for the most part, they have that like 2015, 2010 vision.
I remember seeing that. Like it shows you how important, obviously, the eyes are for baseball versus any other sport.
100%. You have less than it's quicker than the blink of an eye from out of the hand.
Oh, the bat goes flying.
Just toss that bat.
Get this kid some pine tar.
You ever do that?
Throw the bat?
I did it at Baseball Heaven, twice in a row. like 2 pitches back to back.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I might have done it once.
My dad never let me wear fucking batting gloves. So what do you expect? I'm
I was-
sweating dick in this fight, and we're playing wood bat.
Yeah, that's tough. Oh, if I was going no gloves with a wood bat, I would have to use so much pine tar.
Bro, he didn't let me use gloves. Never let me wear sunglasses. The eye black.
Well, I remember them saying that you should never wear polarized glasses during baseball because polarized gets rid of the glare, but glare helps you with depth perception and the ball itself.
I never liked wearing sunglasses in the outfield. I didn't like the depth perception of seeing the ball come into my glove like that.
I felt lost without sunglasses like on a sunny day.
Oh, that ball's smoked. 4-2, 4-1. Here you go.
Wow.
Wow, he pimped the crap out of that too. Tennessee is back, ladies
This is
and
the
gentlemen.
same. This is the same pitcher for the Aggies that was in last inning.
Yeah.
You gotta get this kid out of the game. Should have took him out of the game last inning.
410 feet. That might have been like their 8-hitter, man.
He smoked that ball. 104.8 miles per hour exit velocity.
It's a great
409
celebration.
feet.
That's a great celebration. That was so clean.
That was clean.
He just bounced his helmet off the ground. The kid caught it like. Oh, that ball just leaked right over the middle though. He just took 14 steps before he started running.
What happened to running out of the box?
Oh, that
Is
ball
that a
was
thing anymore?
smoked, bro. I would have done the same
I
thing.
think he's getting hit too, that guy.
Nah. If nobody, I mean, 4-1. If they keep scoring, I probably hit somebody like that. But the one time that I actually tried like a retaliation like hit, I missed the guy. I threw it behind him, and you can't hit him after that.
No, but did he get the point?
Oh yeah.
Because you kind of look like a good guy when you
You
throw it
do,
behind him. Because
yeah.
you sent your message without plonking him.
So when I was growing up, remember when I went over to Team Mizuno?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Cunningham was my coach, one of my favorite coaches of all time, one of the best coaches I've ever had. He, dude just always had my back, no matter what. Like, I would do some stupid shit, he always had my back. We were playing in the East Cobb Perfect Game Tournament, and we were playing against number three team overall, like in the country. The Orlando Scorpions, I want to say was the team name. I was pitching, it was like 105 degrees, dude. It was so hot. Like, it was the first game I ever had like a wet, like a cold towel.
Because East Cobb, that was what, Carolina?
Georgia.
Georgia,
Yeah,
that's right.
It's the biggest. It's like 160 teams, 180 teams.
That's when you would call me and like Bryce Harper was there or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The Las Vegas show. You had Francisco Lindor on the team over there. It was.
Now Lindor's a bum, huh?
No, Mets are back. Bro.
They're back?
Yeah, Lindor's been playing actually pretty fucking well. He's streaky. He's a streaky guy.
Yeah.
By that tournament, you have the best teams from all over the country. And Jim Cunningham comes up to me and he's like, this is number 3 ranked team here. It's like, I want you to send them a message. And I was like, what message, man? He's like, I want you to hit the first batter. First pitch. And look in their dugout. Drilled this kid first at bat. Look in their dugout. Right? Wind up striking out like the next 2 kids. And then this kid, and then he gets thrown out trying to steal second base. Casey Cunningham, Jim's son, throws him out. Right? So this kid comes back up again. It's like 2 outs, nobody on. I just drill him again. like just for shits and gigs. And then I look at Jim. And Jim's like, so again, Kate tries to steal. Casey throws him out again. Ends the inning. Kid gets up again. Had like the 7th inning. Drill him again.
Bro, what the fuck?
That was on me. I just thought it was hilarious at that point. And so after the game, we wound up winning 2-0. And I think I wound up throwing like a 1 or 2 hitter against him. And the kid's dad ran on the field after the game and tried like getting at me. Like I had our coaches like holding and like parents holding this guy back because he's screaming at me for hitting his son 3 times. And I'm like, and my dad's sitting there like with the cane, like ready to fucking beat the shit out of this guy. He's just sitting there not saying a word. And everyone, like on the field, dude, in East Cobb, we just knocked out the number 3 seed and they were heated. They lost to a team from fucking Long Island.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that ever.
And this kid's son, this guy's son was probably like, scouts were there to see him and I just drilled him 3 times.
Scout. Can take a hit.
Yeah. Can't steal a base either. That's what that like. He was the guy that really, upped my mental. He made me believe that I was like,
What are those earbuds in the catcher's ear? What is that?
I don't know. Are these guys putting down signs? Or are they using the? I haven't really been paying attention to that. They're not using the. Oh, look at that! The Uncrustable.
Get an Uncrustable.
Oh, he's on the mic right now.
Oh.
He's talking to him. They still haven't shown the catcher if he's putting down signs or not.
Did you see that thing? Who was it? They made an error when they were mic'd up on Sunday Night Baseball or something like that. Are you a fan of like being mic'd up on the field?
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, they made an error while they were mic'd up?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I thought, like Juan Soto was mic'd up the other night. He like tracked down a fly ball like on it. Like Mookie, I remember like when Mookie was mic'd up and like threw the guy out at second base when he was playing left field.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I would love that.
Some guys are way more vocal than others.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine being on the mound being mic'd up. Like fastball.
I wouldn't want everyone to hear me grunt every time I throw it.
Basically, like, fastball, here it comes. You were a fucking good catcher, man. I gotta tell you.
Thank you. Couldn't hit for shit, but
Nah, you were a 4-hitter, weren't you?
yeah, I don't know why.
You were always on. Like, I mean, the Long Island Storm was always a sick team too.
Yeah, we had some good guys on there.
Shout out TJ. I love TJ, man.
But TJ played for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he went to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He got Tommy John. That kid came back in like 6 months, dude. I don't know how the hell that happened.
When I was catching him, he was coming close to like 92.
Yeah.
And we were like 16 years old.
Yeah. He was a skinny kid too.
Yeah.
His dad was the man.
Yeah, they were good guys.
What was that coach's name? Ziernex?
Xerox, yeah. I played with Pugs on that team.
Pugs. Oh. We gotta hang out with Pugs soon. You don't live over here anymore, does he? Jersey? Scumbag.
Come back. Dude, I've been telling you guys I want to go horseback riding.
You got the horses out front, dude. You missed your shot.
Whoa.
There's a birthday party going on out front, and they have a bunch of farm animals. And
All those horses look like they want to go home.
yeah, bro, it's 94 degrees outside. The fact that they're even doing that is ridiculous. You see the little ride they have set up?
Yeah. But it's like crazy that they just assume that they'll be able to just walk down the street.
Bro, Obi wasn't on a leash. Imagine Obi.
Yeah.
I would actually like to bring Obi over there on the leash and see what he does with the horse.
I don't want to see that.
I would love it.
Could you imagine if he grabbed one of the goats?
Bro, when you just hear the goat. The goats make crazy noises. I want to do like a goat yoga.
What's going on? There's a tornado warning here? No.
That's
Oh my
Jones.
god. No, that is. Did it just say tornado?
What's blue?
Blue means a lot of rain, I think. I could have sworn it just said tornado on the screen.
Maybe for Omaha.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. No, why would they be?
No, it's all local commercials.
Yeah.
I should be like a storm chaser.
No, I would never do it. Like that movie Twister?
Sure. I almost had a heart attack on the ride Twister.
Oh, Universal. That's a good ride. That's a good
No,
ride.
it's not. None of them are good rides. I fucking hate rides, dude.
Any ride that I can go on that's not a roller coaster, I'm down for. I just enjoy it so
No.
much more. Except for the Harry Potter Dementor ride. I got so sick on there. Made me dizzy.
Just like one of the rides I'll never do and I never have done is like when you go to like the Tri-County Fair and they have like the spinning
The
thing.
spinning cups too.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
do that.
no.
Can't do it.
Miss me with that.
I get something about it. I get dizzy easily, and then I get nauseous.
I went on my first roller coaster in Australia when I was playing there. They made me go on these roller coasters. Like the first one, I fucked up. I should have never told them that was my first roller coaster.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Yeah, and they you know all those guys right away. They were like, well, we're waiting, and you're sitting in first seat. And it was Batman Arkham Asylum, where you're just strapped in like this. My legs were dangling. Dude, I was in a bad place for a really long time like that.
Did you see that? Wait a minute. Did you see that ride at the carnival
That
that got
got
stuck
stuck?
upside down? First off, you could only, your brain can only handle being upside down for so long. No, like with all the blood rushing to your head. Like, how does that work?
Let alone your brain. Did you hear the announcements? The park is now closed. Everyone evacuate. If I'm on that ride, I am not in a good
Yeah,
place.
they definitely could have shut it down a little better.
Like the lady on it sounded like this is not a drill. Like you must leave the park.
No, you wouldn't see me there.
Not for nothing though. Like
I don't trust those carnivals, bro. Who's setting that ride up? Some guy that just drove in from Ohio yesterday. And then you're getting on this ride going 70 miles an hour.
yeah, no, it's not for me. Not for nothing though. That would be one way that like those people on that ride probably got paid.
Who's paying them? Some rinky-dink fucking carnival.
I don't think it was a rinky-dink carnival. It looked like a big.
Was it? Tell you what, if it was Adventureland, I would change Adventureland to Mario Land.
Nino's. I don't know if we've ever been to Adventureland.
I've been there at least once. I want to say I might have gone
Cause I like field trips.
on a date there.
Did you?
I'm talking like middle school. Or I think I might have accompanied a friend on a date in middle school.
You with her good?
For some reason, I want to say it was John Krause. And I could be wrong, but when I'm picturing being there, I think it was like maybe two of his girlfriends. Like maybe like he was trying to hang out with a girl, and then maybe I was hanging out with the other one. I don't remember who they were, but that's the vision I have in my. I could definitely be wrong.
That's funny. Johnny Krause, man, he was a fucking good pitcher too.
Yeah.
He was a really fucking good pitcher.
Yeah, I remember because he was getting scouted by Hofstra, which he
Yeah.
eventually went to go play at Hofstra.
Mhm.
And I remember like him and Costello would ask me if I could, catch if I was around, and like obviously the coach was not there to see me, but like I would still be nervous.
Pat Anderson?
It was like Pat Anderson,
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. Like I'd still be nervous to like be catching in front of a college
Yeah,
coach,
dude.
like.
Bro, we went to this thing. It was called Select Fest. It was like the biggest showcases for. It was like after our junior year. It was the summer, and I was already committed to Stony Brook, so like there was no reason for me to even be here. Like it was every college coach was there, all the MLB scouts were there. So that's really I guess why they still made me go. I was only verbally committed to Stony Brook at this point, but my whole team was